Namaskar student and very happy welcome to this class. Today we shall be discussing few topics from your chapter number 9. As you see on the screen it is written force. So obviously you see two terms also right hand side, balanced and unbalanced. So in this chapter we'll have two forces. This balanced. What is balanced force? When the resultant of all the forces acting on the body is zero, these are called balanced forces. So you see in the picture itself, it is given one arrow you can find that shows the total force equals to zero. So always remember, balanced force, the total force or the net force will be equals to zero, whereas in case of unbalanced force, the net force is not equal to zero. So unbalanced force, we can say, when the resultant force of all the forces acting on a body is not equal to zero, then the force are balanced forces. Okay, so that's about balanced and unbalanced force. Next slide, you see it's the definition of first law of Newton. That is, in this chapter we shall learn about Newton's law. That is the first law. So what's the definition? It is written, you see, an object remains in a state of rest or of motion, uniform motion, in a straight line unless compelled to change that state by an applied force. So unless and until you apply an external force, there will not be any change. So this is the definition of Newton's first law. So if you read the definition also, an object remains in a state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change that state by an applied force. So next slide will go. You see the same thing. An example, you see one a marker is kept, and unless and until you push this marker or pull this or do any tap, you cannot say, means it will not move. So it justifies this statement, the first law statement. And first law statement is also similar to the statement of inertia. The next slide you will see, yes, the definition of inertia is there. The tendency of an object to stay at rest or keep moving with the same velocity is called inertia. So inertia is a natural tendency of an object to resist any change in its state or rest. So that is the thing. So ultimately, if you see the definition of inertia and first law of motion, both states the same concept. So that's why first law of motion equals to law of inertia. Okay, so I hope it is clear. Next slide, you see, obviously they are also related to mass. So inertia is also related to mass of the object. More the mass, more inertia. You see the NCERT textbook, if you see and compare with this pen, the right hand side, if you want to move these objects, the force applied or the external force required in case of NCERT textbook is more compared to that of pen. So that talks about the mass and inertia ratio relation. Okay, that's next to move slide. Now we talk about second law of motion. Second law, that you see the rate of change of momentum of an object is equal to the force applied on the object. So momentum, we can write mass into velocity, and momentum means P equals to M multiply V, that is P equals to mv. So again I repeat, the rate of change of momentum of an object is equal to the force applied on the object. So momentum equals to mass into velocity, and its SI unit is, you see, kg meter per second. So that is talks about the Newton's second law. And the rate of change, obviously rate of change means time factor is there, and the direction of both the momentum and the velocity is the same. The SI unit of momentum is kg meter per second. So this slide talks about this. Next we move to, yes, just the rate of change of momentum can be written from here can be written equals to applied force. The statement, you see the statement again, the rate of change of momentum in an object is equal to the force applied. So we can write like this: rate of change in momentum equals to force applied. Now you will do a calculation. You see the calculation part. Change in momentum. So what momentum means? P equals to mv. So change in momentum means final momentum minus initial momentum. So similarly, final means, here we have written P2 minus P1. So P2 means mv. V is the final velocity. So P means momentum, mass into velocity. Mass is same, but velocity is different. So final velocity is v, initial velocity is u. So accordingly we have written mv minus mu. I hope it is clear. mv minus mu. Next we move to next slide. You see, then rate of change of momentum. So when it talks about rate of change, times comes into consideration. So similarly, you have written, we have taken m common, so v minus u by t. So rate of change of momentum can be written as m v minus e by t. So here also remember, just remember this v minus u by t is acceleration. Yes, it is acceleration. So it can be written in this form. You see, rate of change of momentum equals to m v minus u by t can be written as m a. A means this v minus u by t. Complete this term is a. A means acceleration. Okay. So now we move to next slide. So ultimately it can be written as force equals to ma. You see, it can be written as force equals to ma. So force, finally we got this equation, force equals to ma. So this is an important formula. A few numericals are also there based on this formula. So yes, you see the picture here. It talks about the definition of 1 Newton. 1 Newton means force produces an acceleration of 1 meter per second square in a body of mass 1 kg. Yes, I repeat, 1 Newton means force produces an acceleration of 1 meter per second square in a body of mass 1 kg. So that is just discuss about discuss about the Newton. Next we will have a small numerical problem. You see the small problem. You see, Gogi pushes his scooter for 4 seconds. The scooter gains a velocity of 8 meters per second. Find force applied by Gogi if the mass of scooter is 10 kg. I repeat, Gogi pushes his scooter for 4 seconds. The scooter gains a velocity of 8 meters per second. Find force applied by Gogi if the mass of scooter is 10 kg. So what are the information we got from here? From the question we have mass equal to 10 kg, time 4 seconds, initial velocity means earlier it is at rest, so it's u meter per second, and final 8 meter per second. And f, you see question mark, that f we have to calculate. So that formula, f equals to ma, simply write the formula, then putting the values, whatever values we get from the question. You see, it is simple. Finally it comes at 20 Newton. M equals to 10, final velocity is 8, initial velocity is 0, calculate it, time is 4, so ultimately force, it's 20 Newton. So in this class we have discussed about first law, second law, first law and inertia, second law, then proof of m equals to ma, f equals to ma, and we have discussed about small problem also. So please go through this video and understand, and also coordinate with your textbook so that you will learn better. Okay, thank you, bye bye.